All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah coming this evening with a message. Time to head toward the ark. It's time to head toward the ark. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. First and foremost, I'm going to say that there are two important time periods. One is when the Most High Yah snatches his remnant from the four corners. That's the most important one. The second one is when the Son of Man cometh with the angels on the four corners. Those are two separate time periods that's actually going to take place. It's time to head to the ark. It's time to just head in that direction. All you have to think about is what was the ark back then in the day of Noah. It was a sure place of safety. How safe was it? To where everything on the earth was going to pass away. Outside of those that were in the ark. So, Sister Deborah say unto you today, it's time to head in the direction of the ark. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. So I say unto you all, it's important. No one really could say that the small remnant is coming for you. I know it's coming. I know that he has marked them. And the reason why he marked them, because of all the chaos that everybody in full denial that's happening. A lot of people wouldn't understand in Revelation. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7. In Revelation chapter 7, something very powerful is taking place. And even to today, in this midnight hour, many people ignore the fact that something took place in Revelation. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. Many people don't talk about this. They will talk about the mark of the beast before they talk about the mark that Yah had put on a people, those that he has marked for a purpose. I heard this one lady. She was she had to have been probably 65 years old. She's a European, and she was teaching everybody is Yah is coming for in Revelation 7. Everybody is marked. That's what she says. But I say unto you that reason of being marked was a reason they were marked on the outside for the spirits that sees them on the outside and think that they can just mess with them from in the inside. So he had to mark them on the outside. And can you see that mark? No, you can't. But I can tell you the principalities of darkness and the spirits that's on this earth, they see that you are marked. Mhm. They know you marked. That means hands off. 99.9 don't even understand that. So when I look at it's speaking of heaven is sitting down on the four corners, not just prophesied time period of earthquakes and hurricanes and all these things that's coming upon the earth. He sent 4 angels to take care of the 4 corners. Bring it on. Do something with this earth. Show them my power. But then he sent another angel and told him, wait a minute, go tell them, hold up. Before you do anything, y'all need to mark mines in the forehead. They came, that angel that came down with the seal. It's a seal that the darkness and the evil knows that you are marked. Oh, yes. Now, let me tell you, that mark is not going to stop you from doing what you know you're not supposed to be doing. What that mark is telling the world and the spirit they're in, hands off of these. I'm coming to get these. That's so precious. That's just so thoughtful. You said you got a small remnant, and you making sure that these perilous times and these pestilence and these earthquakes and all these things that's coming upon the earth, you want to make sure even the earthquake will recognize the mark that you have sealed your small remnant with. That's beautiful. That's what it was all about. That's what it's all about. Everybody hands off. Everybody hands off. Even the spirits. I got a message coming from Colorado. I hope it ain't my son. I hope it ain't nothing wrong. 1 minute. Hello? Nothing. You okay? Yeah. Realize that they said you can't have no food, so I'm trying to work around it. Yes, cotton is stuff. That's a lot of money paid for America. Almost $60. You can't bring no food because they want you to buy stuff there. But ain't no money with it. Okay, I'm gonna call you back. I know y'all. I'm in the bathroom. Yep, that was my son. When he called, I have to make sure it's nothing wrong. But one thing about Revelation, and I'm going to tell you something, you're not going to get pretty much no one expounding on the fact that Revelation is letting you know that he has his even marked. You remember that first one I said that's going to take place? That one there is where he's going to take his small remnant out. You see, as I see things from the level of the wilderness, I have seen enough. I'm going to tell y'all, I have seen enough, and I am not one that's in full denial that these things that's not going on in this world is not taking place. So what? It might not be happening to me and mine, but I am not an individual to stand around and tell people ain't nothing happening. And that's why I know myself that the small remnant is going to see some things. They're going to see some things. I mean, really see some things. It's a reason why they are marked. So the things that sees them will know, hands off. Now listen to this. Just imagine what that marked is for. Because in the spirit, they already marked. See? That's why I said this is a message that someone should have taught throughout times. I mean, years. That this is the time that people should be looking for. I'm speaking of heading toward the ark. Heading toward the ark. Now, those that are marked, you ain't going to make it to the ark. Okay? I'm going to let you know. You ain't making it to the ark. You getting out of here. But those that's going to make it to the ark, that's going to be those who are going to be ready when the Son of Man comes. Okay? But those who are marked, guess what? They can head to the ark with the assurance that, hey, wait a minute now. Let me find myself in the presence of Yah. See, everybody want their mouth in the presence of Yah. And they flesh thought, and they flesh feelings, and they flesh emotion in the presence of Yah. Yah ain't looking at your flesh, your emotions, and your personal opinion, your feelings. He ain't looking at that. That's trash to him. It's time to head to the ark. Now, those that are marked, you need to head to the ark too. That's the place of safety. Are you going to make it there? No, because he's getting you before you make it there. I wouldn't want the individuals to head to the ark, and they are the ones that's going to make it to the ark. But the small remnant, you just need to head that way. And it's the way of righteous. It's the way of the light. It's the way of spirit and truth. It's the way to Yah's bosom. Just because you might think you are marked, it might not even be marked. You might feel you marked, it might not even be marked. You might say that you are marked, and you might not even be the one in Revelation 7 that's marked, sealed. So I, Sister Deborah, would say to those that are marked and those that are not marked, it's time to head to the ark. That's the place of safety. I thought about Noah today and how he said these very same words. The Spirit said to me, Deborah, he was saying the same thing. I know he was. But it didn't mean nothing. And it's nothing wrong with me saying, head your butt to the ark. And I'm not talking about your flesh. I'm talking about your spirit. Let me tell you why. If it's left up to your flesh, and say, for instance, if it had a place where you can head that's the lake of fire on the earth, your flesh will head there. Did you know that? Your flesh will head straight to the lake of fire if it was on the earth. That's how wicked your flesh is. That's how your flesh won't let you take even heed to what I'm saying. But I want to say to you, they didn't take heed to Noah. Because they don't think that's nothing that's going to really take place. And that is those who are not going to even enter there anywhere near the ark. They just wants to play the role and hope that they in the role. Okay? So those that are sealed, let's go to Revelation chapter 7. And let's just start with verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and the wind, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees. Okay, so they was holding the wind that's of the earth. Okay, and they were holding it. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of Yah, a seal of the living Yah. Oh, I like that. Okay. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. So a lot of these things that you see taking place in the world, and I'm gonna tell you what's the dark side, a real dark side. A lot of y'all might say, well, yeah, it says that ain't too much going on. Yes, it is, baby. Yes, it is. It's because you don't look for nothing if it's not at in your house, in your bed. You just assume, hey, whatever they doing out there, that's on them. I don't know if it's going on. So therefore, you can't tell nobody nothing, not even yourself. So do you know why the people never went in to the ark or headed toward that way? Because they didn't believe nothing. They didn't want to hear it. Truly, that ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't see it. Me and mine. No, you can't tell us. We don't believe that. And the cares of the whole world and the wicked therein was all they was concerned about. So here you see where it says in verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living Yah. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. See what was given to the four angels? To hurt the earth. And this is why I say that I am so grateful that Yah put his fear as one of his seals. You know why? No one. I really don't think it. There are those who are sealed with the fear, and believe me, they are the elects of the Most High Yah. Other people, they have no fear at all of what Yah can do, what Yah have done in time past, and what Yah is capable of doing. They don't fear nothing. But see, right here, when you see in Revelation chapter 7, and you see in verse 2 where it says, it was given to the four angels to hurt the earth and the sea. And verse 3 saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Yah in their foreheads. Now, when you see that, people have preached that at a distance, and they lie. The Hebrew Israelites teaches it, and they lie. When they start to see 144,000 of Israel, they just children of Israel, they just take off running. Oh, it's us. It's all of us going. But the key, there's a powerful key sitting right there. A very powerful key. Till we have sealed the servants of Yah. That's why people messed up. See, they miss all that. They said, forget all that. No, he talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We talking about Jacob's tribe. I mean, they have no idea. They just bypass any and everything. That's why it's so important to desire the Ruach to be your teacher. Because he'll teach this thing up and he'll land this thing down. And when you wake up every day, ain't nobody going to be able to tell you nothing. Because he going to be in schooled you so well till you ain't looking for nobody to say nothing to you, but hide by. So right here, he lets you know, seal the servants that's in these 12 tribes. He's not talking about, I'm trying to tell people, he's not talking about the whole house of Israel. He's not saying that, you guys, but he said, let them believe what they want. Because that's what they're good at. Believing what they say. Not allowing him to live in them. It ain't that they are allowing him. He don't want to have nothing in them no way. See, that's the key right there, Father Yah. You don't want to be abiding in them no way. So here, they would bypass the word servants. What is a servant? Can we get a definition in Hebrew? A servant. Let's get that in Hebrew and maybe even in Greek. How about that? Because in me, you know how they always said precept, line here, line there, little here and a little there. They need to sit their tails down. Because guess what? They don't even know what that means. Now look at this, y'all. Father Yah. Father Yah. This is so deep. This is so deep. This is so deep. Bondage. And they got on here that it is a male servants. Male servants. And this is a bondage, a servant. And it says a slave. Now, when you see that, when you see a servant, a slave, a male, or slaves, do you know what that's saying? Bondage. A servant, a slave, or slaves. It even have male here. Okay, it's just giving you all these here definition of servant. Okay, now we finna look. That's in Hebrew. Let me see what Greek you said. Like, who cares? But I'm just doing something here. Okay, Greek says slave, a servant. Okay, no, wait a minute, hold up. A servant here. Okay, in Greek it tells you. Let me get it right. It is a servant, a minister, a deacon, a servant, a minister. Now, we're speaking of Yah definition of servant. A servant of Yah will be more so like a slave, as we see a slave here, but not where he's beating us and doing what they did to the slaves here. But we are bond. We are in bondage to Yah. We are his servants. You see, we belong to him. Those servants he's talking about is not you working at McDonald's, serving your customers somewhere. That's not the servant that he's speaking of. These seal the servants. So we got to get the servants right of our Yah. You see? So we have to know they have to be someone kingdom ordered. They are servants of our Yah. Servants of our Yah. We serve Yah. We are in bondage to Yah. We are like slaves to Yah. You see? So it's saying that's who you put the seal in their forehead, because this is what they are to me. That's all the Father said. This is what they mean to me. This is what they are to me. This is what they're sent down to do. Serve on my behalf. So how is that the whole house of Israel? How is that the whole tribe of Judah? You see, it does not fit. But what he's saying is the servants that are found, that are known by the Father as his servant, not yours, not mine, but our Father's servants, seal them in the forehead. That's in the 12 tribes. That's what he's saying. He's not saying, you know what, I knew that anyway, because when you say 144,000, to me, that's 1%. So I take it for what, even though I don't believe no 144,000, but I believe that it's the remnant is so small, it would run, I give or take 1%. I know everybody. Now, I'm not saying because it's 1%, I'm going. All I'm trying to say to you all is to take it from the spiritual standpoint. You will never, ever get a Hebrew Israelite man to teach this at the level of 144,000. It's like 1%. And it's not saying out of Jacob's Israel, the 12 tribes. That's not what it's saying. It's saying servants first and foremost of our Yah. There, where you can find them. Where can they find them? In the 12 tribes of Israel. That's where you can find what? You can find the one I want you to seal. Go seal the one that I want you to seal, because they are my servant. He didn't say they are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He didn't say Jacob's tribes. Because you know what, I'm going to tell y'all something. People overlook the purpose of you even being down here, they even being down here as a servant of Yah, or as a person that thinks that they are a servant of Yah or anything to Yah. They lose the ideal of wanting to know from the Father, because that's who can tell you, well, what is it I need to be doing? It ain't like it's going to get me in the kingdom or get me to hell, but what do I need to be doing to be serving you? You ain't need to be doing nothing if he has not sealed you as his servant. You already his servant before they can seal you. Okay? That's what he making sure he tell them. These are my servants. Seal them in their forehead. They my servants from the heaven. You'll never get a Hebrew Israelite man teach that. They would never do it, because they insist on the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. He coming for us all. Their hearts are so hardened and wicked to the point they don't even want the Ruach. Let me back that up and land that down. The Ruach don't want them either. So even in Revelation 7, when you read this, a lot of people, for all the time this little book been here, they have read it over and over and over and over, and they have always had it wrong, even to today. I heard the European lady saying, elder lady said, he said sealed his. He said seal. No, she said God has sealed his that he's coming for, and we all are going. And I'm like saying, what did you miss? See, she missed the fact that he's talking to his servants. No. He's talking to his servants to seal his servants. Woo! He's talking to his servants, angels, the servants, angels, to seal the servants on the earth. And what does it say? Of Yah. The servants of Yah in their forehead. That's so the world can stand down. The wind blow. Wait a minute, hold up. I ain't finna blow on them. They sealed. The storm come. Whoa, I can't go near that person. That's why I tell y'all think you know something? You don't know nothing. You don't even know who you in the midst of. You don't even know who you around. They don't have no idea. Because if one of these servants that's sealed is on a boat, can the storm take the boat by force? Can the storm destroy this boat? No. That's why he said, hold up, don't do no damage to the earth until mine's sealed. Do you know what that means? That means everything on the earth got to bow down to the seal that's in your forehead. Oh, yeah. It can't harm you. It can't do danger to you. It can't destroy you. It had to be, even the wind, the trees, when they see you coming. I just want to show y'all how powerful my Father's right hand is when he created a seal for us to have on our outer man. So the wind and the trees and the four angels on the four corner who's going to hurt the earth and the sea can't bother you. You bet whatever you do, you finna do that. Hold up. Don't do it yet. Hold up. Let me see your minds. Because I got you to do that. But before you do that, I want to make sure that sea and them trees and that earth, no, mine is sealed. You better not come near. Woo! Thank you, Father, Yah. This is when you give him the honor and the glory for who he is by himself. He don't need you and he don't need me to make him all that answer. He sent them down with his seal. And then he not only sent them down with his seal, he told them who to seal. Oh, no. The whole house of Israel, that's talking about Jacob's tribes. And they back that thing up and land that thing down. No, it's not. It's talking about his servant. Why? They came from his kingdom as his servant. Not as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They were found in Jacob's seed, but in the spiritual realm, they are the servant's seed of the Most High Yah. People can't divide that. They can't accept that. They can't deal with that. That's too much. You're doing too much, old woman. No, you're saying too much. You're doing too much. Good. Too bad you lost. And that's with a cause and without one. That's why I say they go in these books, they think they know what they're talking about. Until that Holy Spirit live in you and teach you, you dumb. As dumb can be. Like a doorknob. It's just so dumb, you just sit there and wait for you to turn it. That's how dumb people are today. Oh, yes. So when you think of it, not so much as think of when you know it like that, you tend to, at least I do, tend to try to figure out what are these people talking about? Because something in me continue to teach me, I ain't gonna say something, I know what it is, that he's coming for a remnant, but there's those that he got something invested in already. What did it look like? He coming and get all these sick minds the way that it is. They transgress against him. They really his enemy, but he gonna come get you because you Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, sick people. So I say unto you all, head to the ark. Because if you don't make it, when he come, you better still be running toward that ark to get in. Because I truly believe when that small remnant goes out, I truly believe that Israel and Judah have no idea. When I see that 144, I look at 1%. Okay. But if that is the one that are sealed, and they are the one that also are going to be the small remnant that he get out of here, I believe that when he get them in the wilderness, he said he's going to purge the rebels out. He's going to take the transgressors out. So he's showing you that, no, I'm not taking everybody, Deborah. I'm not taking everybody. And why should I when I know what is mine? Woo, 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 woo. You see? Oh, they don't want that. They want to continue to teach you in darkness. And when I say teach you in darkness, all their messages is just leading you in darkness, more and more deep in darkness. And what happens? People get relaxed. They stay there. They get relaxed. And that's why Sister Deborah said you better head to that ark. Because if you don't get it, you don't get out of here when he take his remnant out, Yeshua coming on the four corners. And if you're not found when he collects you, if you are not found in a place, that's the end for you. Because once he gets you there, he's going to separate you from who you are. So all that clowning here on the earth and making yourself think that you can play that role down here, I keep saying that to people. Why? Because when I think of Noah, I think of every imagination and thought was wicked and evil. That's everybody. Continually. There was never a change. When you see that, saying that, if Yeshua come on the scene and then he takes you back to the days of Noah and the days of Lot, you got to understand why. 99.15 trillion have no idea. Why would Yeshua take you back to Lot? Why would Yeshua take you back to Noah? Because you missed something, y'all. Yeshua took you back because you missed something. You dropped the ball right there. A lot of things you missed. And you missed something in the days of Lot. Something was missed. He's giving you the whole overall of what it's going to be like when the Son of Man comes. Everybody bypass him and say, no, it ain't gonna be like that. They saying they doing the same thing. He said it's gonna be like the days of Noah. And what is that? Every imagination and thought were evil and wicked continually. That means nonstop, you guys. Now, me being in the wilderness, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm looking at. I'm beholding this, and I'm like, oh, please help me, Father. Yeah. You see, with that endurance and that long suffering, because I'm like saying, is it really going on? People are, I can't even put an end to what I'm seeing in the world today and how people are doing the things that they're doing today. And it's now become norm. It's people are numb to all the issues that's actually taking place in the world today. Numb. Every day I wake up, I see an elderly man and an elderly wife been murdered. And it's been going on for the last, 78 months. And I'm like saying, Father, so is that bad, Deborah? If you don't want to make it bad, that's on you. Just think. You seeing it. I'm teaching you it, but I'm suffering you to see it for what it is. I'm trying to get out of the ideal of the suffering in seeing what it is. But he's letting me know it's important that you see it for what it is. Because every 99.9, they turn their head the other way as if it's not nothing, it's even happening. What does that do? That makes it turn up and get worse, turn up and get worse, turn up and get worse. So me, myself, when I'm looking and thinking about him taking his small remnant, and he just told you it wasn't about the tribe of the 12 tribes. It's about what's inside of the 12 tribes. I told y'all, it's a spiritual Israel. That's what nobody really understand. That's what's coming out of here. First and foremost, the spiritual Israel. A lot of people in full denial. Oh, it ain't no spiritual. Oh, yes, it is, baby. And just because it's a spiritual Israel doesn't mean it erases their sin and iniquity. That's not what I'm talking about. Spiritual Israel are the seeds that he sent down here as his servant. Just like he told him to seal their head. He didn't call them Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He didn't call them. He said the 12 tribes, but he said before he said the 12 tribes, he said what? My servants. Let me give you an example. When I first got onto YouTube, y'all, I had people going to their jobs telling people to come listen to what I was talking about. But let me tell you, even that, we really don't understand. We really don't understand the whole, not even the whole. I say, let's give or take 3% of what's really taking place. What's really going on. When I first got on here, I mean, I had so many people coming and people on their workplace and they was talking like they had some sense. I'm gonna be honest. They was asking me, where did I get that from? My coworker told me I need to come and check you out and hear what you were saying. And then next thing you know, then here's a guy come, yes, my coworker told me about you. And I just wanted to come on here and listen. But at that time, I also had a mother and daughter and another, I don't even think she was from here, from this country, but she was another faithful follower. I mean, no one, it was like they had a line drawn. You couldn't say nothing to me. You had to come through them. You had to come through them. And don't say nothing out of line because they'll be on you. That's when I first got on to YouTube. But what I realized is being on here all this time, it is no different today as far as the mindsets. 7 years, it ain't moved from A. To me, a lot of people ain't even on A yet. I'm serious. They're not even on A. They think they down there on Z, but they haven't even made it to A. Because to be to A to Z, you can't go down there to Z because that's the end. Yah is the beginning and the end. I'm stuck on A because in the beginning he called me with a holy calling. He predestined me, he foreknew me, and he ordained me before the foundation of the world. So I'm still stuck on A. Give or take, I might move a little close to B, but I ain't going no further than that. No further than where the Father has already assigned me to. You let these people, they sitting here thinking that they down there at Z already. And he coming for us. But they keep forgetting. Every time he keep telling us, we keep making it about a people. He is talking about a people. He is talking about a tribe. He is talking about the Gentiles and other nations that has been grafted in. You see? But when you go and you pull up on Revelation chapter 7, it's actually giving you some insight of a people inside of a people. He wants you to know he got servants, his servants from the kingdom, his servants. But what we want him to do is to not have nothing. Satan got the whole own the whole world, but we don't think Yah should have any servants at all. He shouldn't have no prophets. Oh, he ain't got no prophetess. He ain't got no pastors. He ain't got no apostles. He ain't got no teacher. He's not supposed to have anything. Why? Because you're running around with those who ain't nobody. You ain't under the ones that Yah calls servants. And I just showed y'all a prime example. 99.15 trillion wouldn't even understand. Right here, biggest day, he called them his servants. Now, these are servants from the kingdom, y'all. Why do we have to do it the way y'all say it? So what? Everybody wants to tell him he wrong. You ain't got no servants down here. We all, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the whole tribe and the whole Israel is going. Where are you going? And I can guarantee you that when Yah take his small remnant out of here, it's going to be more women than men. Because you don't want to accept it. You don't want to accept it. And who gives a rat behind what you accept? It is finished in the kingdom, baby. He ain't down here trying to make you or convince you of nothing. Because if he's not living in you, teaching you from that level, you ain't nobody. And that's what people don't understand. You are nobody. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 3. We want to tell him what he can and cannot have. I'm so sick of that. Nobody wants to abide by. And you pull up and show them, they still don't, it ain't like that. It ain't, that's why I don't use the book as a mean of going, okay, it says this, stick to this. No, I pull up spirit and truth on top of it. You have to. You have to. Because I can give you one thing and you'll turn around and you'll say, ain't nobody ever said that. I never heard of that. But what you been reading is what you've been believing. But why haven't you been able to know what was behind what was being said? 99.20 million of the so-called melanated people would have never saw servant. He called it in Revelation chapter 7. He said the servants of the Most High Yah. And those are the spiritual servants that come down to work on behalf of the Most High Yah that are found among the 12 tribes. That's the remnant. That's the remnant he's coming for. When you get to Isaiah chapter 3, listen to what it says. In Isaiah chapter 3, it's actually telling you even something that I forgot to tell y'all. When you get to verse 12, it says, as for the people, children are their oppressors. This is what these adult children are doing. You see, I got I think it's 6 verses that knocks out of the ballpark every adult children that has an issue with their parents. Every adult children. You know why? Anybody in the live chat happen to know why? What do you mean, Deborah? Let's just look at this one. Isaiah chapter 3. As for my people, children are their oppressors. I thought Babylon was our oppressor. What is it talking about? What are you talking about, Isaiah? What is the Most High saying? This is what your own nationality that calls themselves the Hebrew Israelites. They won't break this down because they can. They only want to keep it sitting there among their religion so they can twist it and turn it the way that fits their religion. Now, here in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which led thee causes thee to err. Now, who led them? The men. And if the people, oh my people, the children are their oppressor, if among the people, the fathers are not in the house, the majority of them are not in the house. Who gives a rat behind what reason everybody want to give? Y'all he ain't trying to justify it and clarify and identify to make you feel like you talking about something or you right. He turned around and want us to understand that as for my people, children are their oppressors. This is our adult children. But guess what? And women rule over them. This is what the mothers is trying to do. Rule over what? Anybody in the live chat? You can't answer it. What is the women ruling over? Anybody in the live chat, if you can. What is the women ruling over? What are they ruling over? You can't answer it. They're trying to rule over the oppressed children. That's oppressing them. And they're trying to rule over it, trying to get order. Why? It's showing you the presence of the men can't be found in place. That's what it's actually showing you. And it says, oh, my people, they which led thee. Who led us? And who could be possibly leading us? Men. What did he say? Though they which led thee caused thee to error and destroy the way of thy path. The Hebrew Israelite would turn it around and say it's the women that did it. The women is trying to rule over the oppressors, which are the kids. Why? They're taking over the house. And the women trying to rule over them. And this is what you see today with the battle between mother and their adult children and their teenage children. This is the battle. Then you see here in verse 13, and Yah standeth up to plead and stand to judge the people. Watch this here. Yah will enter into judgment with the ancient of his people and the prince thereof. That's the man. That's who led you and caused you to error. Oh, no, they ain't going to talk about that. And as you go into Isaiah 3, he turned around and said, watch this here. In Isaiah 3, we still in Isaiah 3. And he says right here in verse 8, watch this here. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. Judah is fallen. See, I told y'all. Now, this is in Isaiah. I don't know why we insist on thinking we're the ones, women supposed to build men up. And it's so many verses in this whole study guide showing you how these same men that they are wanting women to build up and to help for them to be leaders, kings, and rulers, guess what? Y'all call them disobedient, stiff necks, and rebellion. Jacob said to Judah, you ain't going to do nothing. You're going to be slothful. You ain't going to get up to do nothing. But no, we want to bypass everything. And we want to put them in a state of mind where we want to feel they should be. And all up in here is telling you, these are a stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient people. If they are this way to a creator, what do you think they are to you? I don't see why people can't get that. And they running around here talking about we leader, kings, and rulers. We conquerors, and we can do this, and you can't even uphold your own house, your own seeds. You don't know where they're at. They so scattered. If y'all had to come to you and tell you to bring me your seeds, you couldn't even tell them where you laid them. Let's go back. Isaiah chapter 3. When you get to Isaiah chapter 3, after Yah was purging the woman, he turned around and he said in verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. Hold up, something going on. Yes, something is going to go on. Then it says in verse 26, and her gate shall lament and moan, and she, being desolated, shall sit upon the ground. This is where the men go into Isaiah chapter 4 and portray they're going to have 7 women to 1 man. What they didn't understand, this 1 man is holy. That's the name they want to be called by. How could they not get it right? You see, it's holy that would take away their reapproach. It's not a flesh of a man, you guys. If you up it, it tells you in the verse they're going to die by the sword, and even the mighty is going to die in the war. I believe that's a stage that's before us even this very day. Do we accept it? No. We think that it's all about what we want it to be. But then when it jumps from Isaiah to Isaiah chapter 4, that's talking about Mount Zion. That's talking about getting my remnant up out of here. And talking how he's going to purge the women. He's going to purge them out by burning. He's going to cleanse them and get them right. But no one want to teach it, y'all. No one want to teach it. No one want to preach it. No one want to talk about it. No one want to minister it. Y'all, this thing is over. Because nobody want to go to the drawing board and put it up on the board right. And again, my topic is to head to the ark. Because if you don't make it as the small remnant, let me tell you something. You're going to be looking for something. And I tell you, you need to be heading to the ark. Seeking shelter, cover. Because many are going to be left. During this time, you make it to that ark. Not you make it, but Yah take you there. He's going to have you straight. He going to make you straight. But he ain't telling you because you Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's not what he's saying. He's letting you know I got a servant. I handpicked mines out of Abraham, out of Jacob's 12 tribe. I got servants in there that serves me. I sent them down here. They represent me. I'm coming for. And he's saying that he ain't looking for them to be sinless. No, for what? He got to work. He got to work in them. Already invested in them before the foundation of the world. That's how they become the servants of the Most High Yah. Nobody is even on these devil platforms seeking those who are servants of the Most High Yah. No. They seeking subscribers and like and pleasure of that soothes itchy ears. They want that itchy ear soothed. They want to be on the platform where the ears are being given everything it needs to walk in their flesh. To walk in their flesh. And they would tell you and look you straight in your eye and tell you that they have the Holy Spirit, that they are saved. They understand spirit and truth. They have the light. And fail to realize, don't forget, many people don't understand. If y'all telling the angels to mark his servants in the forehead, don't you think he done gave his servants the tools to use while they're down here? That's another thing they don't understand. Especially these people who wants to be high and mighty into all this religion and all this denomination and all this interpretation and comprehension and of the Bible and all these lost books and found. When you finish finish looking for the lost books and the found, when you finish, if you ain't found Yah in you, you still lost without a car with all your books with you. Oh, did I say it? Yeah, you lost. You lost with a cause and without. Because when you finish finding all the books that's lost, that's hidden, that's found, when you finish, if you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh living in you, you don't have that Holy Spirit abiding in you, teaching you all things, revealing things to you and showing you things to come. See that? That one, that Ruach that shows you things to come, that right there should tell you. When Sister Deborah is on here telling y'all things that's happening, because he already showed me it's coming. See? People would think that, oh, we don't need to hear that, all that energy, negative energy, that, what is it, that negative energy and evil vibes and all this here witchcraft mess. Keeping you from hearing what God said the Most High Yah is before you. So if he's one that shows you things to come, why is he showing you things to come if you ain't got nothing to tell nobody that what is coming? It don't make sense, y'all. If you don't have, you say you have the Ruach, and it was said that he would show you things to come. But what's the sense of him showing you things to come when it don't benefit nobody but you? And when you know it, who you think he just say, hey, I want you to know did. And all you do is serve the world and know everything. No. You've been up and you've been down and you're going all around in a circle. It's all these things that was said, the comforter, a teacher of all things, a revealer, show you things to come. Then he said, before all of that, hey, you will receive power. Ain't nobody looking for none of that. Everybody think they got it already. They already got everything. They got everything they need because they got the things of the world. And it have made them feel and made them think that it ain't nothing else they need. Because I truly believe, except what you have been taken from you, you will never, ever see really Yah's true self. I really believe that. Because as long as one has, you're going to constantly depend on what you have. You're never going to know what it's like for Yah to step in and show up and show out in anything in your life. That's what a lot of them don't understand. Baby. There's a reason why he does what he does when one have and one don't. They don't even understand the whole connection to that. It's a purpose in Yah. And people think everything is about they living here on the earth. and their spirit is anorexia, don't have no food for it, because they're too busy pleasuring the things of the world, making sure all the T's cross, all the I's dotted in the world. And when I say in the world, in themselves, in their surroundings. They never sit back and just think, wait a minute. Why? Why? There's a reason. People cannot find themselves nowhere near Yah when all their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted. And that's why Yah keep his at a level called lowlessness. Not low. He keeps them at a level where they always need him for any and everything. When you living in this world and you ain't in need for nothing, you better second think, what do you need Yah for? And that's why I believe, without a doubt, that the whole idea of everything falling in is to show them, to show everybody who they are. I really do. I think it's a point where he's showing people, he's going to allow people to see really who they are. And that now, see what you can do now. See if you serve me now. See if you can serve me. See if you'll worship me now. I can guarantee you they won't. They will not. Because living has used them and given them the deception that I'm over here and I really don't need him, because if I'm in this situation, I can get myself out. Y'all have people right where he allowed them to be. And it's for all the reasons that he has signed on to. But a lot of it is because people are more into the world and how to make sure they T's and I's are crossed in the world. They put them on the back burner. But the moment those T's are not crossed and those I's are not dotted, what do you think Satan was saying about Job? He was telling him the same thing about Job. Take everything you had. Didn't Job have everything? You see? Even Satan knows all you have to do is take the people's stuff. That's it. When you strip them from what they have, hey, they ain't gonna be the same. And that's a known fact. A known fact. Job was a man out of Yah's own heart. Yah put Satan on Job. He called Satan to come on Job. You see? But so just imagine many out there. If Satan had to come up on many people, just like the 4 seeds that the sower sowed, all it took was something come up in their life, and they turned totally away from a creator. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Of a blink of an eye, let something happen. Get sick, or everything, you lose everything. Something happened to where you can't get that victory. That T can't be crossed, or that I can't be dotted. Those are the ways that draws people to really get to know the Father. They really want to know the Father then. That's sad though. It's really sad, but they really do. That's when they want to know the Father, when they to the level where there's no level. That's when they want to know him. That's when they want to know him. That's why he say in that prayer, Yeshua say, you say this to the Father, give us this day our daily bread. Because people thinking they'll say that prayer every night, every morning. They will say that prayer and have no idea the power that rests within that prayer is not for you. It's not for you. If he had to give you your daily bread, you probably commit suicide. Sure would. If he had to give you your daily bread, you probably commit suicide because you can't buy your dog some food or your dog is sick. You couldn't even handle it. That's how the minds of people are so far out in the deep. They dog got sick. They would have a fit. They wouldn't even know how to handle it. That's how people are. As long as things are going good for them, as far as their T's crossing their I's and dotted, or they can do this, they can do this, and they can do this, and they can do this, they fine. Let y'all pull that rug from underneath them. But right now, it's over. He ain't got time for all that. He ain't got time for all that. All he's going to do is show it to the world. He's going to let them do any and everything, from banks, from houses, from property, from schools, from, when I say schools, they're going to start tampering with the kids in school. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're going to start controlling your own kids. People are not seeing what they're doing. And because you can't see it, the heat got to be turned up. The spiritual heat got to be turned up to show you, because people are comfortable. And that's what I see. I tell the Father that all the time. It's like everybody comfortable in this, and they don't even see nothing that's around that. All these prophecies fulfilling left and right, and nobody sees it. So what I'm learning is the reason why they don't see it, it wasn't for them. The prophecies were for those who can see, those who can hear. He that has an ear to hear, you hear the prophecy, and I give you the eye to see it. They say they see Deborah, they cannot see. They say they hear Deborah, they cannot hear. So this is why I'm chasing myself around, trying to figure out what's going on here. Why ain't nobody seeing this? Why ain't nobody feeling this thing? Why ain't nobody talking about it? It's because it wasn't meant for them. It wasn't meant. And that's where I need help from the Most High Yah. And he does help me. It's what he tell me. Don't you have a lane? Why don't you get in it? Get in your lane. Because these things need be. These things ain't going to change nobody. It ain't going to make a difference in nobody. Get in your lane. Then I get you a lane. Get in it. Because what you see is really what you see. What it is what you see it is. What you hearing it. It's real. But it's only for those that are my servant. He even told you, if it was so, meaning letting you know that it is not. When he said, if it were, you know how they teach that? He said that even the elect's going to be fooled. I don't know where they're getting that from. That just shows you they don't want to see the way of the light, the way Yah Ruach teaches us in spirit and truth. They want to see it the way they can convince you to follow behind them, and they do an excellent job. They do an excellent job, because people go in the way that seem it right, and they love going in the wrong direction because it helps out their itchy ears. And their itchy ears can't hear spirit and truth. Their itchy ears can't hear what thou said the Most High Yah, even through his servant. They can sit up, follow you all year, all month, all day long. But when it all said and done, what do you see? What is it that you see it? Have Yah ever asked you all, what is it thou see it? Have anybody? Have Yah ever asked you, what is it thou see it? He said that to me so many times, especially when I was in Georgia. He said, Deborah, what's wrong? What is it? What is it thou see it? And I just bust out crying. Because I see it, and I need to tell him. One time, let me tell y'all something. I was in a vision. And this is my living. I was in a vision. I was staying in Georgia. He had sent me there. And I was in this vision. And I was in a cardboard box. Downtown Atlanta. And in this cardboard box, that's where I felt I was. In that cardboard box, it was raining. Oh, it was raining so hard, but it was that type of rain where you felt comfortable. It was that type of rain, but it was pouring down, and I was inside that box. And people, all I saw downtown, people walking past the box, back and forth, back and forth. Guess what? I was comfortable in that box because I felt my children were there in that box. And I was telling y'all, it's raining real hard out there. And that it was like the box wasn't being rained on, but we was in the center of the sidewalk in the box. And the reason why I felt good in that box is because I felt my children were there with me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what our journey was when we were when I was sent to Georgia. It was a struggle trying to house my children. But that vision came probably, I was in Georgia probably 2 or 3 months, and that vision came to me. And I held on it so dear. I held on tight. And as time went on and on and on, and the struggle was real, guess what? I referred to that box, knowing no matter what, if we have to be in the brown box down in the middle of downtown while it's pouring down raining, we're going to be okay. I got my babies here. And I would take that to my grave, because I know that that's what you call an awesome vision for me. It was an awesome vision, because he was telling me how my struggle was how I was going to struggle where he sent me. I didn't ask to go to, I don't know nothing about no Georgia, no Atlanta, none. I wouldn't have never chose that place to go, but that's where y'all said when I was on that overpass. And I was telling y'all, I was at the top at the overpass, and the people were running from the east going west. And he was asking me, what is it I see it? And every time I tell him, he'll ask me twice, what is it I see it? And I tell him, and I told him they all are running, saying fire, fire, and they knocking each other down. He said, where's the fire? I said, it's east. They running from east to west. He said, okay, where are they running from? He asked me twice of everything. I said, they running from east, they running west. They said it's the fire east. He said, yes, I know, but I need you to go east. East was Atlanta, Georgia. That's where he sent me, in the fire. Mm-mm-mm. That's why I was able. It was like they were ready. They was waiting for me. People was waiting for me. I mean, it was nothing that I nowhere I would go where it was like they thought they saw a ghost or something. It was like, even on the bus, everything that I did, it was like they knew me. Everybody was carrying Bibles. Everybody has a testimony. Everybody talking about and all of them had it wrong, y'all. All of them, every last one of them had it wrong. And the darkness that was behind them was off the chain. I had to communicate with these people. And these people, this mailman, I was telling him this state of Georgia is so sick and wicked. He said, ma'am, you know they call this the Bible Belt. I said, yeah, they need to take that belt and whoop everybody in this state tails. That mailman was laughing so hard. He was laughing. He was laughing. So that man said, ma'am, you are so funny. He was laughing. He thought that was so funny, but I was telling him, see, are you laughing? But I'm for real. Talking about a darn Bible Belt. And the people run around. Everybody got a Bible. Everywhere you go, everybody got a Bible in their hand. And I'm like saying, but Father, why? Why? Why are they doing? I'm always whining to the Father about, what was going on there. And the first thing he made me, but he wanted me to see all billboards, all up high, where pastors and bishops and evangelists, apostles, all of them, everywhere you go, billboards up high. I said, Father, look at these people. He said, yeah, they have lifted themselves up high. So that's one of the things you recognize. See, you see, he kept me in seeing. He kept me in seeing. Because with me, he told me, he said, you notice they keep approaching you. I said, yeah. He said, when they come to you again and they say that they are a minister or they are a pastor or they anything, ask them, what is their purpose? So I started asking them, and guess what? None of them could tell you. So how are you walking around here and you don't know the purpose of Yah in you? You don't know the purpose of why he called you to be what you said you are. You don't know your purpose? No. Some of them was shame. Oh, they were shame because they didn't have no purpose. Without a purpose in you, invested in you from the Most High Yah, you ain't got no business talking about nothing that has to do with the Creator, nor his word. That's why all of them running around there and talking about they the Bible Belt, carrying the Bibles. That's why I'm telling y'all, I don't give a rest behind how many Bibles. You can have 15 billion Bibles around you. When you finish, you don't mean a rest behind to me. Talking about lost book, found book, Enoch book, and all these books. Now one of them books can redeem your tale. So sit down with all that stupid stuff. A book can't do nothing for you. It don't have salvation. It don't have deliverance. It don't have nothing to redeem you. It can't even draw you to the bosom of the Father. What book can draw you? What do Enoch say that can draw you to the Father? Jasper, what books do they have out here that takes them straight to the throne? You won't find one. No book would even lead you to the throne of the Most High Yah. Not even your 16:11 or your 11:16 or whatever you want to call it. All of that is to steer you away from he that has called his servants before the foundation of the world. That means before any book landed down here that you chasing after because you think the book is the words. You think the book got the power. When you finish all that, guess what? Before the foundation of the world, it was already finished before he created it. So you're chasing your tail around. So look in the back of you because you're chasing your tail around and around and around. And you thinking you're going somewhere with it. You think you're going to get somewhere with it. No, you're not. You're just chasing your tail around. Yah comes to live in his servants. Just as he did the Son of Man. He came into that flesh to help that brother out because he couldn't have done it without him. And he knows it. And he knew it. But he did an excellent job leading us to the Father. And we don't want to go even to today. We ain't going where the Father is. Now leave me alone. I don't want to go. Where's our example? You don't hear no men walking in the footsteps of Yeshua. They run their ugly mouth, but nan one of them walk in the footsteps of Yeshua. If they were able to walk in his footsteps, guess what? We better walk behind them. Matter of fact, we better run behind them. But what you see out here, they walking in their own footsteps. Because Yeshua gave us the best example ever hit the earth in how we are to walk to serve the Father. And we tell him we don't want that. We want a God that we can see. We want to go to a pastor so we can dress up and go to the church and wear our hats cocked to the side. We want to be under the Hebrew Israelite. All that is chasing flesh, the ways of the flesh. Two kinds of seeds came down. Both seeds had a spirit. One spirit walked in the way of the flesh. The other spirit walked in the way of Yah. Two different seeds that's carrying two different spirits. That's why I don't allow nobody to come tell me nothing until you're able to pull up into that lane and talk like you got some spiritual sense in spirit and truth. You can't tell me nothing. Y'all still talking as if a book and books can deliver you and redeem you and save you. Not now one of these books can draw you to Yah. He said, you don't choose me. So therefore, you can't choose the books to draw yourself to Yah. I choose you. You don't choose me. Because I chose mine to be the spiritual seed that walk behind my spirit. But there's another spirit coming down that's going to walk according to their flesh. And that's what you see in the world today. More people are in full denial. They walking in their flesh. They are nowhere near Yah, walking in the spirit. Their spirit is not walking in the way of Yah. Their spirit is walking in the way of their own flesh, and they call themselves saved. They call themselves holy. They said that, oh, we have the Ruach. We have the Holy Spirit. Yeah, you better check yourself. Find out what you got, because you're missing something. So head your butt over there to that ark. Because if you don't make it when the small remnant is taken out of here, you better hope you got a little something to make it to the ark. You better hope you do. Because too many people clowning round about now. And I'm like saying, Father, truly, you ain't taking these people. Truly. He said, no, minds are marked. Because I marked them from the spirit before the foundation of the world. And I marked their flesh because I'm finna cut up from the floor on this earth. And I want the earth to recognize the mark on their outer man. Because I have marked them on their inner man. I felt so good explaining to this one man today about how we all have sin and iniquity, you know. But just imagine the individual who still glorifying Yah and praising Yah, exalting Yah, and speaking on Yah's behalf and speaking about the Father and his excellence and his goodness and his greatness and his perfectness, his righteousness, his belief, his fear, his faith. Those things is what we need to still be instilling in somebody. If not everybody, we come in contact. Because guess what? Ain't nobody on this earth perfect. We all have sinned. We all have iniquity. But some of us got something greater in us than what's in this world. So we got some extra help because we need it. And we're grateful in having it. And my message is going to end here. And that's the last time I'm going to say it tonight. Get your butt to the ark in case you're not going to make it to that promised land. The promised land coming first, and then the Messiah, not the Messiah, the Son of Man is coming after second. So make sure you do what you're supposed to do in Yah, not outside of Yah. See, you want to rule him on the outside because that's what everybody want to do. They want to rule from the outside and want him to be on the inside. You better kick rocks. He ain't got time for that mess. So I, Sister Deborah, again say, get your butt on over there to the ark. Head to the ark. That's a place of safety, assurance. And even those that's the small remnant, you head to the ark too. You ain't going to make it because he's coming for you. But heading to the ark is you trusting that the safety, the assurance of the Most High Yah, I'm going to head in that direction. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you in the live chat. And I will say to you all, I will be back. And I hope you got something out of it. Even if you didn't, I know that I did. Shalom and shalom.